One final thing that we need to take care of to prepare the app for production is to ensure that all of the resource files are going to be copied over when we install the app. So resource files are files that are meant to be included or need to be included with your installation that are not Python files. By default, when you do a normal installation, only Python files are copied to the site packages directory. If you need other files like we do, we have public files, CSS, JavaScript, and images that are not Python files, or templates like HTML files, or any other directories with resources or data files in them that are not Python files, you will need to specify in your setup.py to include them. As a demonstration, let's just create a new folder and call it data, and let's add a new file and call it data.dat. Okay, and I tell PyCharm that this is a text file. And we can just put in here, this data is required by the app. Now, the reason we created this is because when you scaffold the app, Tethys automatically includes the find resource files call for the templates and the public directories. But if you had another directory like this with data in it, what you'd need to do is duplicate this bottom line. Be sure it has a plus equals, not just an equals, so that we're appending to it. And you just need to put the name of the directory here. This will then automatically search through that directory recursively and find any files and add them to a list here that is then passed in here as the package data parameter in our setup function, so that setup knows to install these files alongside the Python files. This is a big gotcha for a lot of apps when you're installing them in production, making sure that you include these resource files that you take for granted when you're working with it in development. With that, the app is now prepared for publishing and deployment. As a reminder, we removed sensitive data by moving it into settings. We added a README, we added a license file, and then we added some metadata to the setup.py. Finally, specifically for deployment, we added these calls to find resource files to make sure that we're including all of the data files from our app.